coming up to Route 30, and I am getting close to the town of Ligonier. So Ligonier is straight ahead. And 7-Eleven is the main road that runs through Ligonier, and according to Google Maps, there is a traffic circle. Okay. Stop, look both ways for pedestrians. Hold on. Okay, Big Ben, Parliament. Place to park. I want to get out and walk around. Make sure nobody is coming. Beautiful architecture. I want to get out and walk around. So let me just pull in here. There we go. I have to look for a quarter for the meter. All right. Ligonier is your typical small town America. It's as American as baseball and apple pie. The borough of Ligonier is a gem in Westmoreland County. Nearby attractions are Idlewild Park, which is one of the oldest amusement parks in the United States, Fort Ligonier, and Seven Springs Resort. Every October, the borough celebrates its heritage. Over the course of 3 days, the community comes together to attend Fort Ligonier Days. Fort Ligonier Days commemorate a key battle during the French and Indian War. The picturesque diamond hosts food trucks, craft vendors, a parade, a race, musical entertainment, and activities the entire family can enjoy. The borough of Ligonier plays a key part in our nation's history. British forces removed French forces from the Forks of Ohio, which is now downtown Pittsburgh, in the year 1758. What is today's Ligonier was once the westernmost camp for the British. At the time, the British Army had 6,000 people. It was the second most populated place in the state of Pennsylvania other than Philadelphia. Fort Ligonier was named after John Ligonier. Here is where things get a little strange. John Ligonier was a British noble who held the rank of Field Marshal in the British Army. Ironically, John Ligonier was of French descent, the very people that he was trying to kick out. The borough of Ligonier grew up around the fort, and the name was shortened to just Ligonier. Route 30 runs alongside of Ligonier. Route 30 is steeped in history. The Pittsburgh-Philadelphia Turnpike was a gravel road that was completed in 1817. Travelers would stop in Ligonier to take a break. Later on, the Pittsburgh-Philadelphia Turnpike would be named Route 30, aka the Lincoln Highway. Fast forward to 1940. Cars were gaining popularity, and a road from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia was built known as the Pennsylvania Turnpike, also known as I-76. The borough of Ligonier was bypassed nearly a century earlier when the Pennsylvania Railroad was constructed in 1852. After several decades of growth and prosperity, the population of Ligonier dropped. Travel by horse and buggy was replaced with the railroad. Thankfully, the borough of Ligonier was revived in 1877 when the Ligonier Valley Railroad was completed. This railroad provided easier access for Pittsburghers, and therefore Ligonier became a summer resort. Large, stately buildings were constructed during the Gilded Age. The residents of Ligonier are proud of the beauty, architecture, and heritage. There are a few sites that are on the National Register of Historic Places. The borough of Ligonier is a gateway to many of the attractions of the Laurel Highlands. The Laurel Highlands is definitely a year-round destination. When the snow starts to fly, people hit the slopes, whether it's downhill skiing or snow tubing. As the snow melts away, spring is in bloom, and one can enjoy the beautiful mountain laurel. Summertime brings a plethora of activities such as whitewater rafting, hiking, bike riding, and more. As the days get shorter and cooler, leaf peepers come to admire the beautiful array of fall colors. With so many state parks and attractions, there is definitely something for everyone. So put down the electronic devices and enjoy the scenery. Outdoor enthusiasts and history buffs, I promise you will not be bored in the Laurel Highlands. Bring your bike because there are some beautiful bike trails nearby, such as the Ghost Town Trail. If you don't get to do or see everything you wanted to, don't worry. It's only an hour drive from the Pittsburgh metro area. You can access Ligonier by taking the Pennsylvania Turnpike, or my recommendation is to do some back road therapy and see the little villages along the way. As I leave Ligonier, I drive up 711 North, and the next community is Oak Grove. This community is located north of Ligonier along Route 711. A lot of these smaller communities sprung up because of the coal industry. Coal mining was once the chief industry of Western PA at one time. Mining was very dangerous work. When you clocked in at the beginning of your shift, you had no idea if you were going to make it out alive. To the left side of the road, you can see some company homes. These wood frame homes were built to house the workers and their families. If a woman's husband died on the job, she would have very little time to vacate the company house. In that case, sometimes women would marry another miner. That way, she could keep the house and have a place to live. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. Stop and get gas. Looks like a Sheetz, yes. So let me pull into Sheetz and fill her up. Cruise dog's getting thirsty. It's feeding time.